On the first day of pleasure, my true love gave to me trust and erotic sovereignty. Over the next 12 days, guys, I'm going to be jumping in here with the 12 top tips for pleasure and the 12 things that you can give yourself to really live a life of ease, of bliss, of pleasure in your body, no matter what's going on externally, no matter what's happening around you. So today we're going to start with my favorite topic. It's kind of a dual topic. It's trust and erotic sovereignty. So before we begin, just let me know that you're watching. Let me know if you're watching on replay. I'm going to be doing one of these every day. Some of them might be in the pleasure circle. So if you're not there in there already, make sure to join us in there. But today we're going to talk about the concepts of trust in your erotic nature and erotic sovereignty, which are kind of the same and kind of different all at once. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what is your relationship already to trust? What is your relationship to trusting your erotic nature, that life force energy, that flow that moves through your body? Tell me, what is it like for you? Do you find yourself confused about what decisions to make next? Do you find yourself confused about how to tap into your body? Like if you have an ache or a pain, do you know how to move it through your system and let the movement of the energy continue to move through you? Or are you finding yourself kind of confused and seeking some sort of solution, right? Like, what can I do to make this better? How can I fix myself? How can I make a better decision, right? Are you finding yourself stuck in right, wrong? So when you're going to make decisions, do you notice yourself like, well, what's the right decision? What's the wrong decision? How do I know if I'm making the right or the wrong decision? Just take a moment to drop into that and feel into that. How much are you letting this indecision take up your energy to manifest in the world, to love in the world, to fall into your relaxation and into your body? Just let me know. Type in, what is your relationship to trusting your own erotic body, trusting your own life force? So many of us, I know for me, I used to sit down to dinner and like it would take me 30 minutes to decide what I wanted to eat, right? Like there was this constant indecision. Hey, Danny, there was this constant indecision going on in my mind, and I would like run through the to-dos, right? When I would date people, I was like, I don't know. Like, what do I trust? How do I know if they're right? How do I know if I'm wasting my time? When I was with my body, right? How do I know the right way to touch my body the right way? Or when I was with a partner, I was thinking about how do I pleasure them? What's the right way to get into their body, right? And to open them. I didn't know. And I was using the books I'd read, right? I was using the teachers and the lectures that I've listened to as a baseline for how I should be moving my energy. Do you guys feel how there's already like an issue there, right? If we use a guru or a teacher or a lecture to tell us how to be, we are not in alignment with the trust of our own erotic sovereignty. Hey, Geraldine, great to see you. So I want you to tap in first. Just let me know, where in your life do you struggle to trust your own inner nature, your own flow, right? And how is that affecting you? Where is that showing up? Is it with your partnership? Is it in your business decisions? Is it with your money, right? Noticing where trust is stepping in and lack of trust and interrupting your flow and your pleasure. And then I want you to think about erotic sovereignty and what that means to you. So we're kind of doing two topics today on the first day of pleasure because it fit in the song. So let's just be honest, just a reveal. So erotic sovereignty means that my pleasure is my own. Now, how many of you have walked along your life looking at others to fulfill you erotically, or looking at others as the reason that your eroticism wasn't being fulfilled? Like maybe they took your pleasure from you, and that's the storyline that you're playing. I know in my life, when I was a victim to a lot of abuse, a lot of molestation, a rape as a kid, I saw that rapist, that man, as someone who took my own ability to be with my pleasure in my body. I was like, it was him. He stole it from me. And now for the rest of my life, I won't be able to orgasm. For the rest of my life, I won't be able to feel safe around other people. And I believed that story. I really believed that story, and it shut down who I was as a being. It shut down my ability to jump up into my ferocity, to jump up into my passion and create what I wanted to create in the world, in my relationships, in my business, and with my family. Because I was giving a piece of my power to someone else, right? How many of you have found yourself in relationship, right? Looking at your partner and going, why aren't you having sex with me good enough? Right? Why aren't you doing this? I want it like this. You don't do it like this. And putting this pressure, or maybe you've been on the other side of that and felt this pressure of like, fuck, I'm not good enough for them. How do I provide the sexual satisfaction that they're craving? And blaming it on you. So I have this piece here that I really want to bring into you, and I want you to type this in if you're hearing me. Like, let me know that you hear this. Your eroticism is your responsibility. Doesn't matter if you're single, doesn't matter if you're in partnership. Your eroticism is your responsibility. So, what that means is that if you are feeling erotically unfulfilled, or if your body is feeling tense, or if you're finding yourself not in pleasure, or if you're not manifesting the wealth that you desire, or you're not in flow, it has nothing to do with the external environment. Actually, on a quantum level, the external environment was created by you for you, right? So we'll get there in Pleasure Academy and Pleasure Creation. For now, just know that this erotic sovereignty is your responsibility. And what I mean by this is how, and you can think about this and then answer the question in the chat. How much do you trust yourself to open your energy field to pleasure? How much do you trust your own hands to guide you to the deepest places of your pleasure? Can you bring yourself to an even greater level of turn on than anyone else in the world? Do you know how to wake up and turn yourself on every morning? Do you trust that no matter what happened in the outside world to you, you could fearlessly step through it because of the erotic pleasure in your own system? Do you trust that in yourself? Or do you find yourself going, well, I hope nothing happens to me. I hope nothing derails me. I hope my partner shows up tonight turned on and good enough for me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to find my pleasure. Do you see the victim stance here? And this happens all the time. Well, I hope my client doesn't get mad at me. I hope my business partner, right, loves me. I hope I'm good enough, right? All of this is putting the responsibility of your erotic sovereignty on the external. And when you do that, you are literally stripping a piece of your power away and releasing your ability to be in your full sovereign energy, to create massive impact in the world. You cannot create from a place of victimhood. Again, you cannot create from a place of victimhood. Actually, let me correct that. You can, but what you're creating is not the actual output that you want to see, right? You're not getting the externals that you want to see, and it's because of a victim stance. So for example, if you're looking for your partner to be better in bed, or if you're saying, I saw this on the Pleasure Alchemy applications, this is where I'm getting these videos from. So those of you that are joining Pleasure Alchemy, make sure to watch these videos because I'll be kind of commenting on the things that you're telling me are holding you back from pleasure. And then we're going to go deeper into these in Pleasure Alchemy. If you don't know what Pleasure Alchemy is, right? Make sure you're there. Put your calendar right now. Go get your calendar and mark it off with like red and orgasms. I don't know how you're going to draw an orgasm, but do your best. Orgasms and like all the fireworks, September 25th to 27th. It's a 2.5-day immersive experience with me where I can tap into where you are placing your erotic power outside of you, where you've lost the power within you, where you feel confused and stuck and stagnant in your energy. And I can literally look at you on Zoom as if you're in my bedroom, as if you're in my living room, and just channel, right? What needs to be channeled to open up, to teach you how you can do this on your own so that you don't always need me or somebody else as a teacher. but I want to really relay the gifts of sovereignty to you in Pleasure Alchemy, right? And Pleasure Academy, we really hone that in. That's my group that we do after Alchemy if you want to move forward with me. And it's powerful, right? The reclamation that appears, the sovereignty. So going back, I just feeling, and let me read these comments a little bit. So Danny said Christianity during my youth really messed me up. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about like some of the belief systems, some of the things that came into play from you so that we can maybe talk about it on one of these 12 days of pleasure. And definitely, Danny, if you're not coming to Pleasure Alchemy yet, come along because we'll be able to dismantle some of these old places. Like it's a truly transformational experience. We will literally shift, right? How you perceive pleasure in the body, mind, and spirit. Geraldine, same thing. Suppressed sacral chakra. Yep. Either too suppressed or way too open. Great. And what I'm hearing from both of you again is, and just I'm going to call you out on this, right? That this is an external, just like I talked about with my rapist, right? That externally Christianity fucked up my ability to find pleasure, right? That Christianity fucked it up. And now because of that, I don't know how to get myself back into pleasure, right? Is an underlying storyline. So you see how you're taking the external and you're saying it's because of this that I don't have to fully claim my power. Why don't we fully claim our power? It's what we're most afraid of. And it's very easy for us to go and point fingers at all the external circumstances in our past or in our present that are taking us away from our full power, which is our erotic energy, our life force energy. So what I want you guys to look at, those of you that have that upbringing and that have something in your past that took the power away from your sovereignty, away from your eroticism, look at how can I reclaim my sovereignty from the church? How can I reclaim my full erotic aliveness despite my story? How can I trust that the erotic energy that moves through me, the kundalini that's already there, knows where to go and what to do? And can I surrender to that current and allow myself, finally, for the first time in my life, to show up in my full fucking power, my full pleasure, my full passion? That's what's scary. Because that means that you get to be big. That means that when you breathe, when you step into a new situation, when you create something, that you make impact in the world. And it's what we deeply want and deeply desire. And the biggest thing I see holding people back from their sovereignty is stepping into their power. They're terrified, right? They're terrified of wielding that much power. So in Pleasure Alchemy, when the kundalini starts to rise, when the pleasure starts to rise, I will literally be there with you, watching it, keeping tabs on it, noticing where it's going, where there's constriction, where there's stuckness, and giving you the simple guidelines, the tips and tools so that you can move it through yourself, so you can remain in your power, right? And you don't have to dim your light anymore. So this is day one. Did you hear that? That was really good, right? This is like blah, 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 blah. When I do that, I like to just like go like this to my nipples, and it's really great. Michelle, I was just, you know what sidetracked me as I was reading the comments. Michelle, thanks for what you do. You said yes. I want to hear what you're saying yes to, what's resonating with you. Definitely share this out if this feels resonant. And if you're not yet making Pleasure Alchemy, I want you to comment and tell me why. Why aren't you coming? What are you afraid of? Where are you hiding from your power? Where are you not allowing yourself to reclaim your erotic nature? Where are you putting the past as the reason that you don't have to step up fully into leadership, step up fully into your power? I want you to look at that, get really honest with yourself. And then my homework for you before tomorrow, which will do the day 2 of the 12 days of pleasure, my homework for you is to really tap into what's stopping you. What's stopping you from reclaiming your power? What are you really scared of? What are you really afraid of? And type that in, because remember, it's nothing external. When we look externally to say that that's what stole our eroticism, that's what took our erotic nature away from us, we are putting ourselves into a victim stance, and we are not allowing ourselves to step up into the wealth, the passion, the pleasure, and the purpose, and the relationship that we've been deeply desiring probably for our whole life. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and type in what is it that's actually stopping you from your power, because it's not the external circumstance. It's not the church. It's not the partner. It's not your It's not what happened to you as a kid. It's none of that, right? This is a huge wake-up call. Ding, 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 right? It's simply you being afraid of this bigness, of this power that's going to come through you September 25th to 27th at Pleasure Alchemy. Thank you for sharing this video. If you are already attending, just put a GIF in there like, yeah, I'm coming, woo! If you're not coming yet, this is the last day to get the tickets free for the general public. This is the last day that the general public can get the tickets free. I'll type it in the chat here so you guys can check it out. So make sure that you secure your spot today when you watch this. If you're watching tomorrow or on replay, there's still a way that you can get the tickets for free. So just DM me and I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up. I see you, but be vulnerable, be honest. Tell me, what are you hiding from yourself that's stopping you from stepping into your full aliveness? What excuses are you making that's making you think, oh, I don't need this, or this isn't for me, right? That's an excuse away from your power. And it's my chance at Pleasure Alchemy. It's why I love it. And I'm so like deeply, I don't know if you can feel like deeply connected to what we do that weekend, because there is such strength that appears in the people that attend. There's such transformation. Right? Those of you that were there last night, do you remember that one woman, right? After she had her Kundalini movement and she came on screen and it was like everything was glowing and she was like, whoa, what just happened, right? That happened over and over and over again. You don't have to live in your stories anymore. It's time for you to create a new reality. I will see you there, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of the 12 days of pleasure leading up to Pleasure Alchemy. Love you to pieces. Let me know what you're hearing. Let me know what's holding you back. I want to hear all the things. Let's dive in. Let's get really honest. Let's get really vulnerable, and let's create an entirely new paradigm of living where we are fully alive in our power, passion, purpose, and pleasure. Mwah.